Hey, good morning, Spartan Nation. Coach 411 open house. I thought it would be really appropriate if I talk to you coming from the place where really, crazy hair, where all this sort of started, where the kind of the crux of what we do happens, and that is health and fitness. My name is Julie Voris. I live in Carmel, Indiana, and 12 and a half years ago at the kitchen table upstairs in my kitchen, this team started, and it is mind-blowing sometimes when I think about how far we've come and yet still have that feeling of just getting started. That's what makes this whole business so incredibly cool. So I just finished my workout. And I thought, well, no better time, right, than to come in and say hi to you and share a little bit about the backstory of Spartan Nation, what it means to be a coach on this team, how this team even started, because I feel like sometimes there's just a lot of misconceptions, misunderstandings, and information that floats around. Well, I mean, we know this to be true, right? In 2020, there's information that floats around out in the ether. And sometimes we can't even figure out where we got the information or how that misconception started or why that belief even exists. And then when we get the facts, once we know better, we can do better. So let me tell you a story. Pull up a chair. Let's have a little story time. I was a high school English teacher. My husband is a college football coach. And if you know anything about either professions, they are rich in experiences and memories and really legacy and impact. They are not rich financially. And my very first year teaching high school English, before we were married, my very, very first year, straight out of college, I made $16,000 a year to teach full-time high school English. 16,000. Okay? I mean, we can have a whole nother discussion on how seriously underpaid our teaching professionals are. But that's where I started. My husband and I got married, had children, we moved around a lot. And, at no point in time was I making anything that could send 3 children to college. And I knew somewhere there had to be more, even in the midst of a good life. I wasn't okay with good. I wanted great. I wanted extraordinary. I wanted freedom. I wanted options. I didn't want material things. My girls didn't grow up with stuff, but I wanted my children to grow up with experiences, and I wanted to be able to say yes to them, no matter what the question was. If they had an opportunity to do something, to travel somewhere, to explore a passion or a curiosity, I wanted to say yes to them. And as a high school English teacher, as a college football coach, that was non-existent. I said no a lot. I worried about if my card was going to get declined a lot. It was a okay/good life, but it wasn't a great life. And we often settle for just okay or good. We're better and we're smarter than that, because we know that out there is great, there is extraordinary, there is exceptional, and we can create it. We know this because we watch other people doing it all the time. So when we did one of our moves, I stopped teaching high school English, I stayed home, and we had our third daughter. I sort of fell into teaching fitness simply by virtue of being at the YMCA every day, taking classes. Got an opportunity to start teaching group fitness, which I had never done, but it was a pretty natural fit for me in that, here I am standing up, I just finished a workout. I don't sit still very well, and I love to teach. I really like shortening the learning curve for other people. And that's what I've been able to do, especially with coaching. So I fell into fitness. I started teaching. I became a master trainer, which means I trained other instructors to teach group fitness classes as well, and then fell into the Beachbody coaching opportunity. And what started out as a business opportunity about which I knew nothing, that might help me pay for some shoes to teach my classes or some music to teach my classes, slowly over the years turned into something that could send my kids to college. And that may or may not be your goal. Maybe your goal in this whole coaching thing is to pay for the products that you're using that you know make your life better. Very simple. You know movements makes your life better. You know good nutrition makes your life better. You know tapping into community makes your life better. So maybe your goal with this business is merely to make enough to cover the products that you might want to use. Because let me just tell you, if I don't have my Energize every morning, life is not happening. So maybe you feel the same way. Maybe your goal is you want to start a little fun fund, something that pays for the extras in your life, or you want to pay for your kids' dance lessons. When I started to see the potential in this business, I would equate X amount of dollars to point shoes because my daughter was a pretty high level ballerina, or I would equate how long is it going to take me to pay on when my oldest daughter had an opportunity to go with her marching band to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, speaking of Thanksgiving this month, or to march in the Rose Parade. Like, how will I earn that for them? And it quickly turned into going from how can I just buy some shoes into how can I change my family's life? But even then, in the beginning, how can I change my family's life? It was small ways. It was how can I ease the budget a little bit? How can I not worry about our card being declined so much? How can I pay for point shoes? How can I pay off Jenna's trip to March in the Rose Parade? And then it became okay, how can I start a college fund? How can I take my family to Disney? How can I, and it just started escalating as my vision started to expand, because that's what happens when you continue to follow your curiosity and you just continue to put one foot in front of the other. Now, here's what's beautiful about you in this group with this team in 2020. We are 12 and a half years in to building this team. 12 and a half years of experience, 12 and a half years of incredible success and a lot of failure, and learning from all of it, learning a little bit of what works, learning a little bit of what doesn't work, tweaking, adjusting, evolving, because at the heart of it, that's what we should be doing as humans. At the heart of everything we do, that's what we should be doing as human beings. Failing, succeeding, tweaking, adjusting, learning, and growing. No one should want to be the same human today, November 12th, 2020, that they were November 12th, 2019, or November 12th, 2018. The entire point of our existence is learning and growing and moving into the best version of ourselves. Well, guess what? Coaching helps you do that. Coaching helps accelerate that process. And we get to shorten your learning curve as you start to tap into possibly building a business, because we've been there, done that. I have built this business when my daughter, when I started this business, my youngest daughter was in kindergarten. She's now a sophomore in college. I have been through every transitional moment with 3 daughters. I've done this business with a husband who has an extremely time-intensive job, not home very much. Even although he was home when we first started quarantining. And let me just tell you that just was not helpful for anyone. We needed him to go back to the office. We've been married a long time. I'm used to him being gone. He needed to go back to the office. But I built this business teaching a crap ton of fitness classes, training on the weekends, nurturing, mentoring, guiding my 3 daughters through their childhood into middle school, into high school, into college, Jenna now into grad school. There is very likely no situation, no challenge, no excuse, no limiting belief that you could present to this team where I or someone on this team hasn't been through it and would help you work through it. We get to shorten your learning curve. So the whole limiting belief of, well, I don't know how to build a business holds no water, my friends, because I didn't either. 12 and a half years ago, I didn't either. And yet here we are, 12 and a half years later, growing a multi-million-dollar business from my kitchen table with a team of thousands, including international, and I didn't know how to build a business. If I can figure it out, this small town girl who grew up with a cornfield in her backyard, who was a high school English teacher and fell into fitness, if I can figure it out by doing the things that we would do in any other job, tapping into mentors, tapping into resources, listening to our our coaches being coachable, learning, evolving, tweaking, adjusting, failing, succeeding. That's what we do at every job. And if we can bring that here, if we can bring that open heart and that open mind here, I can't even begin to tell you the life change that can happen. And if you have some dreams that you might want to achieve with this business, I'm going to tell you right out of the gate, they're already too small. I can say that because if you remember what was my first dream, I wanted to buy my Nikes. I wanted to buy some music. I've put 3 kids through college because of this business. And not just financially, but because of how I have grown through this business. Because let me tell you something, and I don't care what business you are in. This would apply whether I was teaching high school English or whether I was building this business. You can't grow a business unless you grow yourself. And the most beautiful part about this business is that it's a core component of what we do. In fact, it's not just what we do, it really is who we are. And the coaches who struggle in building their business are the coaches who struggle in growing themselves. If you will come into this business with an open heart, with a coachable spirit, if you will be that person that your coach says, oh my gosh, that girl, that guy, man, they just take everything I do and they go run with it. And you try and you explore and you tweak and you adjust and you allow the culture of this business and this team to come into your spirit, your life can change in all the best possible ways, both small and big. You know, sometimes I think when people hear me talk about life change, they think, well, my life's already good. Well, so is mine. But good's just good. How about we let ourselves want great, want extraordinary, want exceptional? It's okay to have a good life and want more. In fact, we should be grateful for where we are and still want more. Because here's also the beautiful part of it, especially if you have children. But whether you do or not, here's the other beautiful part about it. Someone's watching you. Someone that you may not even know is inspired by you. And when you say, you know what, my life is good, but I am capable of great. I am capable of extraordinary. I am thankful for what I have, and I want to create more. You may inspire someone you don't even know, but you might inspire your own family. There's no doubt in my mind that when my oldest daughter graduated from college and moved to New York City on her own at 22 years old for her first job, that she did that because of what she's watched me do. Yes, of course she did it because that is also who she is. But there's something really powerful about having a mom who's building a business and tapping into their own potential, who's saying it's okay to be good and want more. It's okay to be grateful and want more. Something so powerful in that for a daughter to see. There's no doubt in my mind that my daughter had a little bit more gumption, had a little bit more ability, a little bit more fire to move to New York City at age 22 by herself because of what she'd watched me do. There's no doubt in my mind that my middle daughter had a little bit more ability to move to Orlando at age 18 and live by herself to be part of the Orlando Ballet Company because of what she watched me do. There's no doubt in my mind that my youngest daughter is able to walk into audition rooms and sing and dance and dialogue in front of strangers because of what she's watched me do, because of conversations that we have had over these years, because I'm on a growth journey that also happens to build a business. That's what's so cool about all of this. We want you to build a business that helps you reach your goals and dreams, but we want you to become the best version of yourself in the process. So no matter what your goals are, pay for some products, make a little fun money, send your kids to college, go on a Disney cruise, whatever it is, this business can do it. And if you are setting some goals, just know from the outset they're already too small. And if you're setting some goals and thinking, gosh, I just don't know, I don't know how to do any of this, You have to embrace this knowledge right here. Neither did I. And I have figured it out. And now here's the cool part. You don't have to, because this veteran 12-year team has figured it out and is here. You have an army behind you every step of the way. An army of people cheering you on, lifting you up, helping you. As long as you are ready to go, we are here with you. If you stop, we're out. But if you are ready to go, if you are ready to learn, if you're ready to grow and evolve and take this business and help it make the best possible life for you, you have an army of people who've been there, done that, and want to help you, who are on the journey with you. I feel like we're just getting started. You don't have to figure it out. So if you're telling yourself, well, I can't be a coach because I don't know anything about it, that's a limiting belief. And you're fooling yourself, because I didn't either. And yet here I stand 12 and a half years later, continuing to build this business, more obsessed, more excited, more on fire for it now than I was even 12 years ago, because I now know the potential of it. And now I get to watch and help and guide and mentor the coaches on my team to reach their goals too, which would include you. So I hope that you'll take some time to dive into all the videos that are on in this group. There's some videos from a group that we ran just last month. There's a video from Joy last night. You're going to have videos over the next couple days. But most of all, I want you to ask yourself the question, why not? Because what do you possibly have to lose? Every single bit of this business makes your life better in small and big ways. You're going to get fit. You're going to get healthy. You're going to have a community of people. You're going to have an army of people behind you cheering you on. It is such a win-win. And you might even actually, oh my gosh, make some money. It's such a win-win. There's no way to lose unless, I guess, you say no. And I think, I have a parent who's in her 90s, because I was what they call a bonus. Hello. So I came along a little older, and when they were a little older. And so I have a parent who's in their 90s. And I can tell you this from personal experience. People regret what they didn't do more than what they did. 100% they regret what they didn't do. And don't let this be one of those for you. Let this be an opportunity where you say, you know what, I'm going to dive in. I'm going to get a little healthier. I'm going to get a little bit more fit. I'm going to have a positive, passionate community around me, because who doesn't need more of that right now? And I don't have to worry about knowing it all, because I've got a veteran team. I've got an army of people behind me who want me to succeed. Your day today is all about saying yes and stepping into your potential, being grateful for what you have, being okay with wanting more. It's okay to be good. It's okay to want great and extraordinary. And that's what we are here to help you find. All right, if you've got any questions whatsoever as you go through these videos, just type them in the comments below the videos, tag someone, let us know what your question is so we can get some information in here to help you. But just know we are here for you, and we were you at one time. We've all been you. Wondering, thinking, deciding, we've all been there. And I can tell you 100%, that one word, yes, it's changed all our lives. It's made all the difference. So, all right, I hope you have an amazing Thursday, and I hope I see you on our team page very soon. See you later.